Welcome to Voyager LCAR's menu system.
Thank you, madam. You're very polite. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Star Trek Voyager Elite Force Expansion Pack, because apparently this game, with its mouthful of a name, needed to get longer. Anyway, if you're some sort of youth, you might not be familiar with the concept of an expansion pack, but imagine a time in which you have a game and you want more of a game, and it's popular enough to merit more of a game, but the internet is sort of a madman's dream in terms of actually downloading content. So before we had downloadable content, we had expansion packs, and this game was popular enough and well received enough to get an expansion pack, which is what we're now going to have a look at, which is going to involve stuff which I barely remember, but the bit which I certainly remember is this thing, which half of which you can't read, is called Virtual Voyager. Indeed, interact with systems on the bridge, push buttons and try not to blow things up, explore the decks of Voyager and probably spy on people in their room, and hopefully not spy on people who are as ugly as that. Utilize the astrometrics lab and demonstrate my complete lack of knowledge of astrophysics. Launch a shuttlecraft from the shuttle bay, hopefully on a mission and not just out of a catapult. View crew logs and gather secret items, again breaking into people's rooms and spying on them, and experience new holodeck training missions by Lieutenant Reginald Barclay. Excellent, marvelous, tremendous. Let's have a little mess about with it then. So I don't remember this frightfully well, but it's oh my goodness, I have got my scanning device. I seem to have quite a large room as well. This seems frightfully recent. New Chicago rugby team. Do you have rugby in America? I genuinely do not know. I'm generally not very familiar with sports outside of the locale. But I'm glad to see that in between our missions of me mucking up everything, I decided to have a little bit of fun. So yes, this is a game that I play with the mouse sensitivity far too high and irritate myself all the time. No, this is, oh my goodness! I'm finally playing a game where I'm not a vampire, although my reflection does seem to do things that I don't, which is a bit freaking weird if you ask me, but never you mind any of that. Finally, if back in 1999 or 2000 or 2001 or whenever the hell this game came out, I'm not entirely sure, we could make vaguely decent reflections in video games, why can't we have them now? I don't know. Maybe that's what expansion packs were all about. 2% additional content, 95% reflections, but never mind. What is this? This is an object which I can scan by clicking, and it makes bippity noises, and it tells me its height and weight. Sink. Do I really need to know what it weighs? Never mind. But if I remember this correctly, this is sort of open world bit of. Oh, by goodness! Good afternoon, madam. How are you? Why are you spying on me? Why is she spying on me? There are a lot of people trying to spy on me. I thought I was going to be the one breaking into people's rooms and reading their personal private information. But never mind. It's like an open world, but you wander around and see stuff. Anyway, I've bonked the mouse, and I apologise for that. How do I interact? What the hell did I do with that? Oh my honking goodness! I can press right mouse button, and I get this sort of little mini HUD thing. Ah, and it has people on it. Stop staring at me. Thank you. But it can't see through doors. Interesting. So it's wonderful technology, which is stopped by a door. Right, how do I read this? What did I do with this before? Ah, spacebar, here we are. Right. Excellent. So now I can read people's private information, although at the moment this actually is my private information, which is going to be a bit less exciting. I'm not going to read all of these because it's not going to be frightfully exciting. We're finally going on the offensive. A strike force of the Hazard team is being sent to the Forge, which is the structure at the centre of the graveyard. We'll be hiding aboard the damaged harvester ship. It is hoped that the automated return program can be activated on the alien ship, and we will make it to the Forge without anyone knowing we're there. Once we have turned off the dampening field, we'll escape the graveyard under Voyager's own power. Oh, right, okay. Well, that gives us a timeline, at least, of roughly when this is when this is dated, as in just before the final mission. Can I make a hot dog or something? That's the most American thing I can think of. Right, what is my objective? I don't know. Visit holodeck, view astrometric holographic display, and retrieve Why do I want security access codes? That sounds a little bit mischievous. Alright, let us speak to some scary people.
7.
I must commend you on your tactical analysis of our situation. It is rare that I find myself in agreement with other members of the crew in these situations.
Thank you.
Preparations will take some time. I suggest you use the opportunity to relax.
What?
Captain Janeway has encouraged me to allocate a certain percentage of my time to leisure. It is inefficient, but I see the wisdom of the practice for humans.
Whatever.
I am glad we are on exactly the same page, Mate Rooney. Right. Somebody's a wee bit grumpy. Right then, never mind. None of that. Let's figure out what we're doing and where we're going and whomst we can spy upon. I want to find somebody's private room and engage in a bit of espionage. Everybody seems to have the good common sense to shut their door.
Security access required.
That's what I want the security codes for. I want the security codes so I can barge into people's rooms. Okay. Oh, who's this for? Oh, this is just a lift. This isn't very exciting. Right. Oh, hang on. Oh no, that was just the sound of that door shutting, wasn't it? Right. Okay. This is not frightfully exciting because I'm not able to perform any mischief, which is a shame. But never mind. Let's go to the mess hall and see if we can make amends with the grumpy madam. Where's the grumpy madam gone? Hello, grumpy madam. What the hell is that? What the hell is this? Somebody's making quite literally an action figure of me. Well, I'm glad to see I'm so popular. I did get my boss killed, but never mind. 1 of 9 figures. Oh, right. Okay, right. What do you have to say for yourself, friend?
Felix, I'm sorry, Ensign. I'm just a little busy right now.
Yes. Yes, you seem to be a little bit busy just passing the air, because the air has got a little bit too tall and we just need to push it back down a little bit. What does this say? Can we steal all secret recipes for mole rat stew or something? What's the absolutely most disgusting thing on this that we can see? Alfarian hair pasta. Yes, that sounds pretty damn disgusting. Waiter, there's a hair in my pasta. Right, a pasta dish very high in protein, made from the follicles of a mature Alfarian. The hair is harvested during the shedding season in early fall. Right, so you basically just pick up fluff off the floor, stick it in a plate and charge people money for it. My goodness, well don't tell the fast food chains or they'll have that idea off you in a minute. Alfarian hair is considered a delicacy on many planets that have yet to experience anything better. It is fortunate that Alfarians voluntarily offer their shed hair for the region's culinary delight, and as they are a warlike race and few would dare to conquer their hair by force. I'm sorry, this is the hair of a sentient species. I thought we were talking about some kind of woolly yaks or something. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely horrific. The hair of a species that goes around warring with people but stops off long enough to have a convenient haircut anytime their neighbours get a bit hungry. Oh my goodness. Note, Alfarian hair pasta should only be served in season. Frozen Alfarian hair is not an acceptable substitute, as much of the flavour is lost. Alright, Gordon Ramsay. Alright.
Excuse me.
Never mind any of that. Right. You're grumpy with me for reasons.
Telsia.
Come find me later, Alex.
Ah, I see. You have an appointment with staring into the middle distance in a dramatic fashion. Right. Fair enough. I'm not sure whether the voices seem a bit quiet. I can't remember if that was a problem that we had in the Oh, the voice is already all the way up. Oh, I can't remember if that was a problem we had in the main game or not. I feel as if at the start of the series I was worried about the audio, and then after listening to it in editing a couple of times, it was all right. What is this? This seems to say something of interest. Activate for directory and list of security code accessible areas. Ooh, sounds exciting. I want security code accessible areas. The resolution on this is so poor I can't read a bloody thing. Okay, so there's various different rooms, and it seems to be highlighting that of me, Harry, Kim, and somebody else I can't read the name of. Okay, right. I don't know where security will be, but perhaps if I... well, bloody hell, it's doing that stupid thing with the mouse where it freezes again. Perhaps if I do some horrendous act of vandalism, then they will come and attempt to arrest me and cart me off to prison. Right. Where can I go, please?
Specify deck desired.
Oh, I can go 2 places. Okay, so we've got deck 1, the bridge, deck 2, the mess hall, deck 3, the officers' quarters, deck 4, hazard operations, deck 5, sick bay. Can't go to 6 or 7. I must have had a restraining order placed on me. 8 is astrometrics and the cargo bay, 9 is the computer core, 10 is the shuttle bay, and 11 is engineering. Okay, let's go to astrometrics.
Deck 8, astrometrics and cargo bay.
Yes, thank you. Ugh. My goodness, I don't think I want to go over the creatures like that. I have an objective to go there, and I don't know where security is. Oh, everyone seems to have a map, which is lovely. So yes, we've got 2 cargo bays, and then we've got the astrometrics lab. Alrighty, let me immediately forget what the map said and where I'm going, and see if I can go in here. I don't seem to be able to go in here. I can tell that this weighs 4 kilograms despite only being a small panel. Oh, I can go in here. I just didn't walk up to the door and press my face into it enough. I remember this place. I got shot in here a lot one time. I remember vividly now. This place looks a lot better when it's not on fire. Ah, you found a figure of Mr. Worried Face. Since seems to be what to do to most of the mission, pulled worried expressions and said worried things. Right, never mind any of that. Let's get up here. What is the... Yeah. Okay, so space is the interact button. It's just the semi-delayed interact button. Right, would you be so kind as to come back down here? And no, I'm not going to stand under there and see if it will squish me. Although I might leave this mouse under there to see if it will squish the mouse, and perhaps then that will discipline it into behaving itself. Right, let's hit that. I'm just going to take my mittens off the controls before anything else goes wrong. Why can't there be a control on the blooming lift? Okay. It's definitely space. Sorry, I've forgotten that I can bop my head to the music of space, whilst we do this. I had slightly forgotten that. Ah, miniguns, good. I can use these for the murdering of many people. Excellent. I'm sure this won't be in the slightest bit disastrous or criminal. I do have vague memories actually of if you sort of turn on your crewmates and start shooting everybody, that you can they do attack you in return and either kill you, or there's like a cutscene where you're dragged off to the brig and then not expelled. That's not the word I mean. Like decommissioned, but you know what the word is. Dispromoted. You know what I mean. I can't understand words. Alrighty, let us read some more personal information. I've spoken at length with Lieutenant Commander Tuvok, Lieutenant Torres and Crewman Chell about the possibility... Yes, I'm not surprised that your conversations with Chell were lengthy. The possibility of creating a weapon to overcome Borg defenses. I proposed a weapon that would randomly modulate its energy burst at extremely rapid rate. Tuvok and Torres seemed to think the weapon wouldn't work because of the heat it would expend, but Crewman Chell offered several suggestions over how I may overcome the dispersal problem. I will endeavour to try and build an infinity modulator. Anything more exciting? The hazard training will begin. The hazard team will begin training with the iMod and their holodeck simulations. Ah, I remember that. That was where I started to bugger everything up. It wasn't the end of me screwing things, though. This will be an excellent way to determine the effectiveness of the system. I suspect there will be difficulties with the weapon. Yes, such as the man holding it. But we shan't worry about any of that. Lieutenant Torres made an interesting proposal that ICDC would make an excellent power source, and I agree with her. Though it is a very rare substance, it would function even in the energy dampening field. Should the hazard team be able to locate an amount of it, repairs would proceed much quicker. Unfortunately, the team was being led by me, and the only thing I could locate was embarrassment, cringy memories, and failure.
Rick,
What the? What do you want?
Don't know what
am I
I'm doing.
interrupting something?
Lieutenant Monroe, lay off.
Calm down, crewman.
Hey, don't you have a mission to go on?
Maybe,
How's that
maybe
all
not.
right?
What was in this? What was in here? I wish to know. I wish to do scans and find out. Can I scan him? May I scan you, sir? Yes, I may. My goodness, you can find out their name, rank, their species, their height, their weight, and their weapon. I don't really know how you hurt somebody with a tricorder, but never mind. Maybe we just making the thing beep at them until they get irritated at it. Oh, I can't go back this way? Oh, for goodness sake. Oh, good. That means I've got to play with the lifts again. There we are. I wish, like, the confirmatory beep that it plays when you interact with the panel actually happened when I interacted with it, rather than significantly later. But never mind. Right, sorry. Let's stop mucking around and actually go and do an objective, shall we? Let's see if we can... Why does that one come up? None of the others are doing that, are they? Are they all doing that? Yes, but then that one seems to come up as if it's special, because none of the others come up sort of passively. All the others have to be brought up actively by actually scanning them. Most mysterious. But never mind. I'm sure it's not that interesting. But I might just possibly shoot it out of curiosity. Somebody's blowing up in the past. Nope. Okay, never mind. They're clearly made out of some sort of bulletproof boxes. Fair enough. All right. Let's see if we can't find the astrometrics lab and see what sort of chaos I can cause in there. Is this the way to astrometrics? Yes, it is. Oh my goodness, it's the scary person again. Right. This.
If you wish, you may access the astrometric and xenologic records from that console.
Thank you. Am I not slightly in the way of your work? I'm sort of parading around your office at the moment. I think that's a figure of my boss after he's been slightly eaten by the Borg. Right, what does this do? This looks
The
exciting.
Avatar is largely a mystery, but it is speculated it was a first attempt by the Vorsoth to create an ultimate warrior, or it is a unit designed as backup to the Reavers. These creatures attack using a psionic blast which causes physical damage by overloading the synapses of the brain. Vulcans, Betazoids, and other telepathic races are particularly vulnerable to this attack.
Along with every race unfortunate enough to have a face and eyes, because then they have to look at that goon and whatever the hell that thing is that's dangling down betwixt his thighs. I don't want the answer to that question. Right, excuse me, madam, but it's slightly my job to do the reading around here, so you shall shush. Right, Bio-Hulk. What the hell? When in the game was this here? Featured in the black and white movie sequel The Adventures of Captain Proton. Ah, that's why it's bright green. These insidious creatures were the creation of Dr. Chaotica, born in Chaotica's lab of dark science. The Bio-Hulk is a menace to Captain Proton and his trusted best friend Buster, and Constantine Goodhart, his beautiful secretary. Ah, yes, the Chaotica TV show. I think we shall see some more of that a little bit later. Goodness. I don't think this man knew that his journey to perfection would lead him to standing on a small rotisserie. Right. The Borg are a race of cybernetically enhanced beings who strive to achieve total physical and technological perfection by the assimilation of other races and cultures. Yes, the greatest proponents of diversity is our strength. Borg communicate with each other via a subspace network called the Collective. Intelligent and merciless, the Borg are considered by many to be the Federation's worst enemy. Indeed. What, are these the Reavers you were talking about, or are these the Harvesters themselves? Appearing to be a member of a crustacean family, the Harvesters were perfectly designed by the Vorsoth. Well, clearly they weren't, because they sucked at their job because they couldn't kill me, so, you know, there's clearly a bit of back to the drawing board with that one. Their main function is to storm a victim's spacecraft and remove any equipment of value. They will also remove several crew members to add the DNA of the Reavers. Well, oh no, I think I do remember the Reavers. Those were the great big things that kept whacking me in the face, weren't they? While not particularly strong, Harvesters attack in vast numbers and overwhelm their victims. Yes, indeed. What else do we have? Are these the, yes, these are the extremely 1960s haircuts of the Mirror Universe people. The Imperials came from a continuum that coexists with our own, but on a different dimensional plane. In this Mirror Universe, virtually everything from our universe exists, but it is opposite in nature, which possibly means that in it, I'm not a lunatic. In the Mirror Universe, the Federation was named the Terran Empire, ruled by member planets with fear and brutality. Imperial females are perhaps even more cunning and tenacious in battle than their male counterparts. Possibly, because, they're a bit colder, so they want to get the battle over with that much sooner, so they can go back inside where it's warm. Right. We shan't worry about that. What, yes, the Reavers. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Having such limited design, complexity, should we say, they are, well, the horribleness to polygon ratio is quite high, let us say that. The creature was the creation of spliced DNA stolen from the Forge's thousands of victims. Called the ultimate weapon by the Vorsoth, again, clearly not, because I kicked their ass. These creatures are quick, strong, and cunning. Harvesters attack from a distance with explosive balls of phased plasma, and at close ranges they use titanium-enhanced claws. What lovely, lovely, friendly people they are. Oh my goodness, I forgot about this thing. It's so big it's eclipsing the bloody text. Oh my goodness. A huge automated drone built by the makers of the Dreadnought gunship. Fully automated with adaptive artificial intelligence, the robot is built purely for confrontation. Really? There was me thinking it was designed to help Granny cross the street and cook cookies. We shan't worry about me falling over the simplest sentence in the world while my brain tried to choose between the verbs cook and bake and the nouns of cakes and cookies, and I was terribly worried I was going to say bookies and look like an idiot. So instead it just fell over my face and sounded like an idiot instead. Capable of tearing transparent aluminium with its powerful claws, and what difference does it make if you can see through it or not? And punching holes through solid titanium with its guns. What a lovely, friendly person. Right, these planets are extremely limited, aren't they? That's not Earth, right? That is not Earth. That is some kind of stone that your doctor extracts from your kidney in an extremely painful operation. New Earth? I've never heard of this before. This was the name given by Captain Janeway and Lieutenant Commander Chakotay to a planet they were stranded on after being infected with a virus transmitted by an insect bite. Oh, yes, I remember that episode now. Right, Planet Hell. Very imaginative. Nickname given by stellar cartography to a planet that closely resembled primeval Earth. This the sentient repto-humanoids, Phil cannot read in this bloody font, that populated the planet were nourished by high levels of trigamic vapors and other such difficult words to say. Right. Ah, it does bring it up. Marvellous. I want to bring up...
is largely a mystery.
Shush your face. I want to bring up something scary. Yes, these never had such good posture when I fought them. Species 8472 is the Borg designation for a life form they attempted to assimilate in late 2373. Species 8472 proved impervious to Borg attacks and their domain. Yes, indeed. I'm trying to remember what their actual name was. And I can't. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. You know, don't you look at me. Scary-faced freakazoid. It's good to know that even amongst us shooting each other, we can take a moment to relax and look at the stars together. Isn't that nice? If you try and freaking kiss me under the stars, mate, you will get a compression rifle compressed into your... Well, you... I can't tell if you've got a lot of arse or no arse at all, but either way... either way, I have no compunction about shooting you in the face. Right. Objective completed. Tremendous. Let's go to another deck and see what else we can screw with. I want to find these security things. Where might security be? Where would you keep security? Didn't I read somewhere on the, maybe it was on the back of the box, that you can launch a shuttle? I'm certain I read that somewhere. I want to see if I can launch a shuttle. I don't know if I'm going to be in it or not. Probably I will be, because I'm sure all of my crewmates will be utterly sick to death of listening to me blabber on. So let us see what we can find. What does this say? Again, I really can't tell, because the resolution on these displays is terrible. Seems you can put the resolution of the main game up, and some of it's quite sharp, but you can't actually put the you can't actually mend the textures. But never mind. Right, let's bring this down.
How you doing?
Very slowly. I'm sorry, could you say that again, Sonny Jim? I'm old and deaf, and I've forgotten my ear trumpet. At least that's the excuse I'm rolling with for why everybody's speaking so bloody quietly. Hello, hello. Don't worry, I'm not here to shoot you in a pit. I'm just here to have a look round. What are you doing? You look a bit like me.
Can I help you?
I thought that was me for a moment, and I got worried. Right. How precisely would one go about making a massive mess by launching this thing off into the sky, hopefully after we've opened a door? Ah yes, I remember this. I do remember this. This is the bit where everything blew up and I looked like an absolute moron. I remember it vividly. Ah, we found another figure. Tremendous. Can I... Ooh! Docking clamps engaged. Turn these off. Oh, I can't. Do you mean I need to? Do I need security codes for this as well? Oh my goodness, need security codes for everything. How does one launch a shuttlecraft? I'm sure if this was part of my job description, I'd know how to do this. But atmospheric containment. What does this do?
Shuttle bay force field activated.
Ooh. Right. Okay. So we got the force field on. I reckon we need to open the door, release the clamps, and then encourage me to buy a new mouse, and then somehow get this thing to catapult itself off into the great unknown, never to return. Is this a plan like construct? I don't believe that it is. No. All right. Let me go back and see if my mouse will ever stop doing that stupid ruddy thing it does. Let me see if I can fiddle with the docking clamps now. No, just grumpy. Very well. Let me go back up here, because there was a little. Oh my goodness! This mouse is getting on my nerves. I wish I didn't have to use it, but unfortunately I do, because for some daft reason none of my wireless mice work with this computer. Is there any controls in here I can interact with? No. No, seemingly not. Can I break some windows? Yes? Yes, I can. Excellent. Now I have a better view of my complete failure to launch a shuttlecraft. Right. It looks like there might be a little control room up there as well, actually. I don't know how to launch a shuttlecraft. I think I perhaps possibly maybe need my need some security codes before I am able to mess about with that. So, yeah. Let me see if I can find... I'm going to guess that security is maybe deck 3?
Officers' Quarter.
Maybe, I don't know. But, it's got to be worth a look. At the very least, somebody might have left their door open, and then we can go in and read more personal messages. Won't that be fun? I'm sure that won't in the slightest bit get me sacked. Right, whose quarters are these?
Security access required.
Ah, right, okay. Well, that definitely confirms that I need the security codes for different things. Ooh. Aha! I think, by pure happenstance, random luck, and wandering around, I think there's a small possibility I might have never seen that person before in my life. Is that the character model of the female Alex Monroe? If you,
Albanian brandy.
Oh, blimey! I can get drunk as well. I can break into people's offices and get drunk. Tremendous. Can I have more? Well, I don't think that's going to get me drunk, but you know, you gotta get what you can take. Okay, here we go. Okay, marvelous. Well, here, bottoms up.
Burgundy.
Variety is the spice of life, madam.
Chateau Latour.
I'm sorry. What? You're speaking English? My universal translator broken.
Albanian brandy.
Alright. I can see that your menu is restrictive. Alright, I can see that I'm utterly sloshed and that this isn't the security office because there's clearly no. What is this? This is the plant. Yes, I was more hoping you'd be a tad more specific than that, but never mind. So it doesn't say anything like object. We've got really unspecific. Object, yes, again with this. Alright, it would appear that this is not the security office as I initially thought that it was.
Security access required.
Yeah, unfortunately I can't find a security office where I can pinch all of the things, can I? Does this say anything about security? Yes, there's various senior staff. Office, that says office again, turbo lift, storage. I'm not seeing anything about security, unfortunately. So I think we're just going to have to keep wandering around a little bit longer because
security access required.
I would hope so. You get 2 doors? My goodness. This is some level of inequity which is unacceptable. You have to have a poor man's revolution against these terrible elites with their 2 front doors. All right, I'm running out of doors. All right, let me completely give up on this as a concept. No, let me completely give up on this. Maybe I could get the security codes from the security console on the bridge, or at the very least fire a photon torpedo and cause minor chaos. Is it just me, or should there not be a few more staff here? Ooh, it might come back from that in a minute. Right, can I have some security codes? Can I blow something up? No, it would seem that I can't. This is a frightful shame. There's nothing I can interact with. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. I'm going to do your job better than you ever could by buggering everything up. Library station control. What does this have in it?
Found on board the Dreadnought gunships, these vessels are fully automated fighters. The offensive weapons built into these craft are very impressive, but what made these machines so deadly was the artificial intelligence. Stored within each fighter is a vast and complex database featuring thousands of years of space warfare strategy.
Pictures of people with 7 fingers on each hand, presumably. Right, that's fascinating. Okay, so when you see all of the various different bits and bobs. What's the living starship? Isn't that just the ship that the Ethereans were on? Vastly different from standard Starship technology, this spacecraft was built by the Ethereans as actually a hybrid of inert materials and living tissue. You sure they just didn't clean up enough of their dandruff? This ship was grown and outfitted in space. It feeds off radiation produced by stars. It is not a sensitive creature, but the ship does have a rudimentary intelligence, and the Ethereans treat it with respect, like a parent cares for a child. How fascinating! That really is very interesting. Plasma filter. You shoot it, it blows up, then people die. It's tremendous. A sleep chamber, or a bed as the rest of them call us. Right, yes, distribution node, I remember. Yes, things happen, stuff happens. Oh, big war. Occurring in the mid-21st century. Oh, good. Oh, good. Yes, I know things are getting progressively worse as the years go by, but please tell me things haven't got quite that bad quite yet. I'd like to get at least a little bit further through my life before everyone dies. World War III involved the use of nuclear weapons and devastated the large proportion of the Earth. Over 600 million lives were lost during the course of the conflict. Much of the planet reverted to a barbaric state in the post-atomic horror. Although records of the times are incomplete, it is known that legal systems paid no attention to individual rights and even banned the right to legal counsel. Yes, that doesn't really sound like a legal system at that point, does it? It just sounds like the strong being strong. Never mind, yes, stuff happened, and then other stuff happened, and then lots of stuff happened, really. Stellar terminology, yes, I'm sure it's lovely terminology, but what under the sun are you talking about? Oh, I see, it's like a, it's like a dictionary for space words, so that you can understand the techno-babble. Teach me about a quasar. I thought that was a type of crisp. Wait, no, it's a quaver. It's a slightly different thing. Quasars are very bright. I'm glad they can pass an IQ test. And extremely distant objects. I'm glad to see I'm not the only one with no emotional attachment to human beings. That proved to be nothing like stars when analysed in the 20th century. It has been determined quasars are actually the light given off by matter that is superheated as it falls into supermassive black holes at the centre of active galaxies. Right, okay, so big mouth of bin in galaxy where everything disappears into, and that makes it hot, and then there's light and people mistook it for... I'm more confused than when I blooming started. Right, and then there's all the various different weapons that we had. What was... Oh, that was the arc welder, yes, of course. Don't point that thing at me. The grenade launcher, weapon normally issued by Starfleet troops only in times of war because of its capacity for great destruction. Yes, it could come in handy at that time, wouldn't it? These devices allow distance and accuracy in launching Federation grenades. I mean, they're not really R grenades, are they? They're just grenades that blow up. They're only R grenades in the sense that they blow up the enemy, unless I'm using them, in which case they sort of blow up me as well. Grenades feature a rudimentary AI which detonates the device if it strikes an enemy. Otherwise, it will wait until its timer has reached 0 before detonation. How convenient. Right. Oh, we have learned things. Interesting. Can I fly the ship? Can I fly the ship into... Oh, I probably can't fly the ship, actually, can I? Because I like you can see more of the world on the screen when you walk left and right. That's tremendous. No, probably can't fly, can I? Because there's no power, is there? Right, is there any more information I can pinch? No, is there a picture of a shuttle there or something? That's very interesting. Right, you go into the ready room. Oh my goodness, I'm probably not supposed to be in here. Don't worry, we shall be sneaky. We shall be quiet, and nobody will notice. Nobody will notice me being very sneaky. Can I crouch again? Ha ha ha. Shh, 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 shh. I'm being sneaky. I'm being sneaky. Can I go through this door? Oh, blimey. No, again, I'm sure that was excellently quiet. Right, here are sneaky things, none of which are action figures which I wish to steal. Ha ha ha. You need to read some information on the computer. Oh. No, I'm not. I'm just going to make a horrific noise instead. Right. In that case, I suppose I'll just have a cup of tea and leave.
Landros blend coffee.
Yes, indeed. A nice cup of coffee and Right, hello. You remember how I said I wanted to launch a torpedo earlier? Yes, well, if I remember Starfleet burial customs correctly, you put bodies in torpedo cases and then fire them out, don't you? I have a distinct impression that in about 3 seconds, and after about 15 broken bones, that's exactly what's going to happen to me. How are you?
Captain?
At ease, before you strain something.
I mean, I have just kind of, you know, crawled around your office, poked through your things, and drunk your coffee, so I think I might slightly be overly easy. But never mind! Never mind! Let's have some fun!
What's wrong with you?
What are you doing?
Nothing. I thought I saw a Borg ship. I did, honest. Or maybe it was just a broken pixel on the screen. They're both just black squares. They look really rather similar. Do forgive me.
Security access
What is it,
required. Security access required.
Okay, we've got to find the security office. We've got to find the security office. Right. Okay, good. There's nobody in here, so there's nobody that I can piss off. Tremendous! I don't want to read about ship repairs. I'm trying to blow the bloody place up, mate. I can't read any of these things, can I now? Okay, I just want some... I want some more coffee. No, just more booze. Excellent. Maybe that will... Maybe that... I'm pretty sure there's a corridor here in the actual set, but never mind. No, I need to be as drunk as possible so that I have any chance of having the guts necessary to do this. Right, I need to find the security office. I can't find the security office. Okay, which ones have we not been to? We've not been to 4, we've not been to 5, and we've not been to these 3. Maybe the computer core.
9, computer core.
I mean, there must be lots of information there. I'm sure we could find something worth pinching. I'm just going to find the holodeck as well, haven't we? That's like the main thing I'm supposed to actually be showing you, instead of just digging around. But hey ho, I'm having quite a lot of fun with this, so I hope you'll forgive me. Right, what do we got? Something Jeffrey's tube, computer core, or horizontal Jeffrey's tube and vertical Jeffrey's tube, and that's my current position. Oh my goodness, tidy up after yourself, good sir. Alright, let's... Oh my goodness, what a bloomin' mess this place is in. Let me see. Have we been here in the main game? I feel like we did, because there was this man that was running down this corridor, and then my mouse buggered up again. There was a man running down the corridor, and I think if you hit the switch too early, then you can trap him behind the force field and watch him get... Excuse me?
Yes, Monroe. Out of my way.
I'm frightfully sorry. What's going on here? What were you doing with Jeffrey's tubes? Explain yourself to me. Or bloody hell, I scared the crap out of me. Oh my goodness, that was genuinely very frightening. I didn't like that at all. Okay, can I go through here? Yes, indeed I can. What other sort of mysterious mysteries and mischiefs can we discover? I don't know. Get up here? Yes, I can. What other sort of kissing nook will I discover? None, seemingly. All right, let me go through this sort of middle bit and see if this leads anywhere of interest. What have we here? A room with many boxes in it. Tremendous. Not frightfully interesting, however. Oh, blimey. This, could I jump down there? If I can remember the jump button. Yeah, I think I could. Oh, computer core control panel. What can I do with this?
Access codes granted.
Ooh, now I can do naughty things. Brilliant! I had to find a security office. Maybe it should have been obvious it was a computer I was looking for. Hello.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm kind of busy here.
Yes. There's a lot going on that screen, isn't there? all sorts of big, complicated spreadsheets, many Word documents in which he is filling out detailed reports. There's a lot going on. Might even be a PowerPoint in there. I wouldn't know, because seemingly I've gone blind and I can't see it. Either that, or maybe he's talking rubbish. Right, here's Jeffries and his tubes, as previously mentioned. Right, only one more and we can make a terrible pun. Alright, we can't go through there, and going down there would be obvious, but we might do that at the end when we're on the run from security because I've set off the auto-destruct system. But no, now that I've thank you. Now that I've seemingly gained weight and can no longer squeeze through the little gaps, now that we've got the security codes, we should be able to have a lot more fun. Okay, now the objective to launch a shuttlecraft has come onto my list, so presumably that is a thing I am now able to do. Tremendous. Alright, I don't imagine there's much else of interest here, because it only talks about the turbulence, doesn't it?
Specify deck
So,
desired.
where should we go? Let's go back to the shuttle bay.
Deck 10, shuttle bay.
Yes. Yes, because I want to have another go at launching the shuttle and see if I can't do that right this time. And see exactly how much trouble I get into for doing this. Oh yeah, that's not the jump button, is it? That's the jump button. Right, it's also the button that makes the mouse freeze again. Right, how do I go down these things? There we go. Without just falling down them, I mean. Right. Oh, blimey. It still doesn't work, governor. There must be something else. There must be like it must be that I need to open the door or something. There must be something more that I need to do. I just don't understand what it is. That's the lift control. Can I go back through can I go back through here? Let me in! I'll take that as a no. Alright, there must be like another terminal or something. Can I speak to you about launching things?
Hey. What?
I want to catapult that out of the door. I mean, we do seem to have an infinite supply of these ruddy things, so you'd have thought I'd be able to. Who are you? I can't find the button. Name: humanoid life form. I'm so sorry that your mother didn't love you enough to give you a real name, but don't worry, you're here in the arse end of no place on the other side of the galaxy where nobody will care if you die. So that's a significant improvement on your lot in life, isn't it? I see somebody with some Italian ancestry has turned up. Alright, fair enough. I still can't figure out how to launch a ruddy shuttle. It's not this terminal this woman's working on, is it? Is it this? No, seemingly not. Do you have a name? Yes, you do. Excellent. I'm glad to see that you grew up with parents who loved you enough to give you a name. I didn't realise that was such a low bar, but apparently it is. Speaking of low bars, I'm such a capable human being. I can't even go up these ruddy lifts.
Shuttle bay main doors open.
Oh, well, I'd walk out now. Can't push out. Right. Never mind. It turns out that I'm even more stupid than I thought because I couldn't locate the bloody button right next to all the other bloody buttons I pressed.
Disengage.
Okay, now how does one launch? Where is the go button? I don't know. Maybe that's this console over here that this chap was working on. Doesn't have to go into call him a chap because he doesn't have a proper name.
Launching shuttle Andromeda.
Don't have time for chit-chat.
No, you've got to get after that shuttle. Why's my keyboard stopped working all of a sudden? No, it hasn't because I can still. Oh, thank you. Right, tremendous. Sorry, I got some glue stuck at the bottom of my shoes there for a minute. Oh, I wanted to. How much does a force field weigh? 60 kilograms, apparently. Well, isn't that interesting? Right. Oh yeah, we've got to call the lift down because I was an idiot and just leapt over, didn't I? Right. Brilliant. Well, I'm glad we can make these things in about half an hour, seemingly, judging by the infinite supply that we seem to have on this ship. So that's good. That's good. I'm so glad that I contributed to the absolute cock up which has just occurred. Brilliant. What's next on my agenda of mischief? Visit deck 15.
Specify deck desired.
How does one do that? It's not on here. That's most interesting. Visit holodeck. Use transporter to deliver materials from deck 4. You know what? Actually, yeah. Let's go to deck 4 because I feel like you've put up with enough bollocks from me that you deserve the opportunity to actually see the holodeck missions, which are sort of what we're kind of all supposed to be here for. But never mind. This at least should be vaguely familiar. Many other guns with which I can do much murdering. Okay, well, not all the guns, but most of them anyway. We'll keep running away from me.
Can you take a rain check?
I have no idea what you're talking about. What I'd like to take is some more guns, except you don't seem to have enough of them yet. You ill-equipped armorer. What does this say? Shooting range results. Ooh, what does this say? Ah, goodness. Shots fired. What, just verbal ones across the bridge, or otherwise? Right. This is stuff. Am I terrible at this? No. My accuracy is 81%. Deaths. Oh, blimey. Ensign Monroe is a fine example of a combat officer until I started possessing his brain. And Monroe's skills are unparalleled on the hazard team with the exception of Lieutenant Foster, until he died. The late, great Lieutenant Foster, but we shan't worry about him. Weapons library. This is just the same as the stuff on the bridge, isn't it? Yes, indeed. Oh my goodness. What? That's not a Tetron disruptor. That's a proton. No. It fires photon torpedoes and blows people up in their face. That's as much as I bloody well need to know. Right. What can I do? I can have program 1, which is Tranquil Garden Relaxation Program. That sounds absolutely lovely. There's firing range, there's Captain Proton, and there is Klingon Compound. Is that one of the combat missions we already have? I don't know. Let's go. Let's have a difficult time relaxing. I'm guessing this is just going to be a spa where there's, I don't know, some people doing a load of building work.
Safety locks offline.
Maybe there's like a load of building works and somebody playing the bagpipes. Oh, mother, I think I might have made a bit of a boo-boo. You know how I clicked on difficult, right? I think that means I'm going to get creamed, so you don't mind. I'm just going to hide behind this Christmas tree until Santa Claus comes to rescue me. Right, oh, I don't deny that it's quiet. Did I see somebody up there? No, I think I saw a palm frond. Right. Well, this is lovely, if admittedly lacking in auditory scene design. Should we just go over to such? Right, there must be a villain here somewhere. Presumably when it says the safeties are off, that means I can actually die instead of just being booted out. When I started, did I not see a person walking around? Like up this end of the here. Oh, there's a gun. Isn't that lovely? Ah, right. This is going to be a teeny tiny little bit of a problem. Except no, it's not. Right, just do a bit of shooting, and a bit of murdering, and a bit of winning. Yes, look, there's... Oh, it's just an old man doing a bit of gardening. What am I worrying about? I'm probably worrying about what that big red thing dangling down between your thighs is, young man. Right, at what point do I was going to say, at what point do I win? I think the answer to that question is, I don't. Oh, blimey, he's after me. Right. This is going to be a problem if I can't find any additional ammunition. But we'll pretend like everything's going brilliantly. Does this have like an objective screen that tells me, nope, that tells me how many people I need to murder? The answer to that question is no. Alright, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, gosh, gosh. You can't spawn right in front of me. That's cheating. But I can shoot you while you oddly stand still the entire time, because that isn't cheating in the slightest. Right, I'm going to stand on this little table. I'm sure that will keep me completely safe from the horrific beasts. I rather wish I'd paid more attention in school now, when they were teaching us about these beasts back in astrometrics. And I might know vaguely what I'm doing. Except I don't. Right, I'm going to go back to this for a moment. Realise that it doesn't work. This is not nearly strong enough. And enjoy a bit of peace and quiet. Oh, don't worry. It's just the gardener. Right. Forgive me if I jinx it. I think everything's alright. I think we're done. I think we've won. I think that Ensign Monroe has been kicked out of Starfleet and has had to get a job as a pest control expert, and has been hired by this grumpy old man to mend his slight infestation problem. I mean, I do seem to have succeeded brilliantly in what I set out to do, so I'm going to go and get my thanks from this grumpy old gentleman.
Hey.
Well, as they say, no good deed goes unpunished, so never mind. Alright, that seems to be the end of the matter. I thought it was going to be a nice, quiet, relaxing sit on a sun lounger, but no, it would seem not. Am I done, please? Yes. Okay. Well, somehow I survived the level on the hardest difficulty, so that's fun, isn't it? Right, let's have a look at firing range. Is anything going to be firing back at me? That's my question.
Begin.
Right. Alright, I'll do my best. Which way am I going? Oh, blimey. There we go. Right, okay, well they don't seem to be shooting back, which is lovely. My juddery mouse and inconsistent mouse sensitivity are not going to do me any favours here. But maybe what I just need to do is line up my aim in front of where it's going to be, and then shoot at the right moment. Right, I'm already bored of this. Okay, never mind. I think we've I succeeded brilliantly by shooting 3 clay pigeons on me. Is this the same as the thing that we had in the main game? Ooh, blimey. I don't think it is, no. Locate Federation data pad. Oh, I see. Somebody's pinched my mobile phone and I need to go and pinch it back. Right. Okay. Apparently this is my job. Right. I'm going to guess that I can't go through these doors because they're red. And again. It's very quiet. A stealth mission. A stealth mission, he says, instantly being detected. Right. It's not very brave of you, sir. You've just run away. Let me shoot you in the thigh, and we'll sort this problem right out, won't we? Go through here? Seemingly not. No. I think I'm grateful for that. It really does need a bit of music or something, doesn't it? I know I'm 25 years late to be commenting on this. What? What did that say? Said something, and I didn't hear it because I was too busy whining on about some rubbish. Alright, I don't actually think I'm here for any ICDCM, but it does seem to have opened the door, which was previously shut. It's better. I don't remember it being a frightfully honourable conduct in war to hide behind a door and then jump out at somebody and go boo. But maybe I missed that particular lesson of warfare. Good afternoon, sir. Would you mind terribly if I murdered you in the bum? Ah. You're probably going to say that wasn't frightfully honourable either, but it's their culture that cares about honour, not I. Right. Steal a few bits of stuff, and then sincerely hope that somewhere around here, there's a bit dark landscape. There's a health machine. There's somebody shooting at me. How rude. Right, there's a man up there. Can I somehow shoot him in the face? Not very effectively, no. Okay, that hits him. Yep, that seemed to work quite well. Brilliant! I think I've solved that problem completely. Let me turn my back on the issue totally, and in the complete confidence that everything's going to be fine. Right, I'm sure this isn't what I'm interested in, but for some daft reason I do seem very, very enthralled with collecting it. Right, let's get some health. That's marvellous. And then, it looks like there's something of interest over here. But I don't know if I can... Oh, yes, I can. Okay, so I can come over here, get a bit more of this, and then fall in the water and die, possibly? I don't know. Am I Sonic the Hedgehog? I can't remember. Okay, let's go up here and stare into this light, giving me severe eye damage in the process, and see what we can see up here. The answer to that is next to nothing, because it's so ruddy dark. Okay, so there's like some little platforms I can drop down on in order to, get down more safely. Oh, there's a secret door! Right. Can I mention something? Is it not a teeny bit dangerous to have a holodeck mission where we teach people to spy on, steal things, and murder Klingons? Because aren't they sort of slightly our allies, at least most of the time? And if we do that, aren't they likely to get a tad grumpy? I don't really know. I don't understand how interspecies relations work. And not that kind, for goodness sake, grow up. Oh good, I've been spotted again. Tremendous. Right, have a grenade in the face. Or the chest. Or the leg. Or the arse, or any other appendage you fancy. We're here to serve. And by serve, I mean sever your head from your shoulders. Right, well, I seem to be in complete control of the situation now, so isn't that lovely? Where does this go? Okay, so that goes back out there. So, what else can we find? It's difficult to know which terminals I can interact with and which ones I can't. I assume that also goes outside. Yes, indeed. Alrighty, can we go through here? No. No would appear to be the long and the short of it. Assume we can go through here either. We can. Hello? Ah, yes, I remember this door, because that's the first door we went out of that took us outside, didn't it? I remember now. Right, let's see what else we can find. Oh, good. Somebody else wishes to shoot me. I can't wholly say I blame him, if for no other reason than I'm being very noisy. And not just in a stealthy way, just in a unneighbourly way. Oh, die! My goodness. Again, what under the sun do I want all this isodesium with? Surely I just want to get my for goodness sake. Surely I just want to get my laptop with all of its incriminating information on it and get out of here. Is this a teleporter? Oh, blimey. Yes, indeed, it is a teleporter. Alright. Ooh, it's a secret passageway. And a lot of mess. Right, never mind any of that. I'm going to crawl down this tiny little corridor here. Let's see, see what else I can find. I can find a tactical advantage. Die! At least, please do die if I ever actually get around to hitting you with any of these bullets. I'm tough ones, aren't they? Right, I tell you what I need to do. Bit of sniping. This will solve the problem completely. It's the end of him. Blimey, I'd forgotten how gruesome that is. The way the light comes out of their eyes. Now, you couldn't really see it there. You can see it a little bit better on the last one. The way the light just kind of comes out of their... Ah! Like me. Yeah, the way the light shoots out of the... Oh my goodness. That's horrible. Never mind, let's carry on with life. Ooh, where does this go? I don't know. Ooh, down into the pit, down to the pit of darkness. Where does this go exactly? Oh, good. More of this stuff that I don't need and don't want and don't give a rat's about. Okay, let's go up here. Is this going to be full of men who are going to shoot me in the face? Possibly, or it could very well just be a door that I haven't opened and can't access, and thus makes me look a little bit like an idiot. Right, never mind. Let's go back up here for a minute and see if we can go through this door. Oh yes, there's a big force field I haven't dealt with yet. That explains a lot. Right. Are there any grumpy men in here? I'll take that as a yes. Right, let me get rid of him. There we go, that's the end of him. Where's the next one coming from? There he is. They really blend into the background, don't they? There we are, he must be dead because I saw his gun jump out. Okay, let's see what else we got. Any other little terminals we can interact with? Anything else we can, for goodness sake, anyone else that can shoot me in the arse? The answer to that is eternally and perpetually yes. Excellent. Nothing else, we've finally got a bit of peace and quiet. Not from me blabbering on, but from everything else. Ah, I reckon that's the Federation pad I need, isn't it? Okay, so maybe I can't shut this down, but there must be a way of opening that, there must be a way of opening that hatch. That seems plausible, does it not? Ah, yes, and there was an opportunity for me to go into that room where all the mess was. I remember now. That must be where I need to go in order to open the hatch. Possibly I don't turn the force field off, but I do open the hatch. Right, if I'd come in here in the first place, I might have I might have seen these men a little bit sooner and had a better opportunity to murder them in the face. Right, Mike, it really is very dark, isn't it? Do you think the ICDC might be like a bonus sort of thing, like completing the objective is getting the pad, but then if you get like all 10 pieces of isodecium or whatever, then that acts as like a special bonus? Oh my God, it's so blooming dark. Why is it so dark? I really don't know. There's a locked door here, but other than that, oh, I walked right past it whilst being a doofus. Sorry about that. That man frightened me. Actually, thinking about it, he must have come through that door. So is it now open, or is that the foolish wishes of a madman? No, that's exactly what it is. Right, then regenerate my health, and then try not to fall off this beam. This really doesn't seem to confide with, or conform, even is the word I'm looking for, with proper health and safety standards. But hey ho, we shouldn't judge other cultures by our own standards of caring about people not falling over and breaking their necks. Alright, I think we've nearly finished. I mean, I'm finished because I've just broken my feet, but other than that, it's all going really rather marvellously. So I'm gonna see if I can get up there, get that data pad, and then I can hide all of my mischievous pictures from all the people I was stealing things from. Do I need to escape as well? No, I think we're done. Huzzah! I said huzzah. Excuse me. When a man huzzahs, you must. There was. Oh, blimey! Right. I think I do need to get back to. I do need to get back to the start, don't I? I need to get back to base camp, which is going to be a little bit tricky because I'm not entirely sure where I've come from or where I'm going. Right, where's the ambush? It's coming. I know it's coming. Those are my footsteps, aren't they? They bloody better be. Right. Did I come from up here? I don't remember. I don't think I did, no. Right. No, actually I think this is where I went, isn't it, rather than where I came from. I think I need to, yeah, go back to here. and then keep heading back through these corridors until I find my way back to the little cupboard I originated from. And now I may say, huzzah! I'm so freaking bad at this. Right! Now we can do the Captain Proton mission, which is probably the only thing you came here to bloody see. But never mind. You've survived. You've survived listening to the rest of it, so I suppose you've earned this. Right. Sorry, forgive me switching out my hot cocoa for cold juice, but it's rather warm. Right! Rescue the secretary from the evil doctor. Ah, excellent. I am glad to see that we have a nice, simple objective that even a cretin such as I can understand. That's marvellous. This is it's quite exciting, actually. It oddly reminds me of the Operation Anchorage DLC from Fallout 3, actually, which what does this do? Oh, blimey! I turned on the electric fence, and now we will be safe from all the rock monsters. No, I don't know. There's something about the sort of mountainous landscape and the sort of grey nature of everything, which reminds me of Operation Anchorage. All right, presumably this is a staircase, and I have got the hiccups. Oh, it's not. I thought it was a magic ladder that I was just sort of, you know, climbing up with my sticky fingers. It's not just a reference to me stealing stuff. No. I meant, it turned out it was just a lift. Turned out it was just a lift. Alright, do I need to turn this as well? Does that turn something off? I don't really know. I'm not sure what the, what the outcome of the cost-benefit analysis was. But let's see. Oh, we're not going to be able to get through there, but maybe we can climb up. That's a very curious little flag. I can't zoom with this gun, can I? No, I can't. But there is. Oh, blimey! There are bad people over there, and I'm sure they're going to try and murder me. But they may not get the opportunity, because when I slip off this, I'm undoubtedly going to get myself killed. So, bon voyage. No. Somehow, oh blimey, there's quite a lot of them. Somehow I'm still alive. Right, I'm going to be very sneaky and run in front of them with no cover whatsoever. Okay, marvellous. These rather portly gentlemen have died. My goodness, that looks like a face that you've left the iron on for far too long. Alright, let me see if I can get rid of these two, or if they can just cower. It's the end of him. They seem to be using the same gun as the scavengers. I'm guessing that's just a sort of a repurposing of assets and things, rather than anything deeper. Right. If I could, I'll get a little pot shot. It would be great if I could zoom this gun, but I don't think I can. Is there anything over here? Anything of interest? I think the answer to that question is no. Alright. Let's see. We could go this way, or we could go this way. But you'll pardon me if I don't want to go that way, because it seems to have a lot of men in that are going to shoot me in the face and attempt to murder me. So, forgive me for being for being a coward. I mean, for ensuring my own life expectancy, and thus ensuring that that constantly grateful, whatever her blooming name is, actually survives this. Is there another control panel I can use? Ooh. It makes a noise that I think R2-D2 might make if he were highly depressed, but other than that, it doesn't seem to do very much at all. So we're just going to move on with our lives, with our days, with our rescue attempts, and see what else we find. I think we might have found a secret entrance. What is this? What's this? Some sort of space segue, I think. Right! I have entered the compound. I am here. It wasn't hard. There wasn't even a door to stop me. All like a guard or anything. It's just men who seem to run away from me when they see me. Right. I am ready for a big fight, I think. Oh, blimey. This is going to go quite badly, I think. Can I get rid of a couple of snipers, perhaps? I think that would be tactically sound. There we go. I reckon we'll be a little bit safer now. With this cheeky chappy over here. Get rid of a few of his identical twins. Glad I came with a really long-range weapon. All of them came with some sort of bloody musket rifle that can only fire about 3 feet before the ball drops out of the air. Right. This all seems to be going really rather excellently. Ah, weapon imaging. Excellent. I was wondering if we were going to get some of that at some point. Is this a health terminal maybe as well? Nope. Just a big volume knob, presumably. That's better. Nope, secondary knob, but not the health terminal I was hoping for. Oh, that looks like it might be another control panel, or at the very least, there's a man who's standing in a corner that has a convenient habit of making my mouse malfunction while he's ambushing me. Ah, my goodness! So many of these faceless soldiers. Well, they're not faceless because they've got very ugly, bugly faces, but you know what I mean. Am I going down? Yes, I am. Haha! I mean, I'm just going down in people's estimations in general, but that's neither here nor there. Don't know what this does, but we'll do it anyway. No, I have no idea what that did. Alright, let's keep wandering around and see what other things we can find to trip over, seemingly. Anything sneaky hidden around the back? Seemingly not, no. Alright, maybe I opened a door or something, I don't know, I must have done something vaguely useful. Either that or I just cleared Chaotica's browsing history or some such thing. That seems like the sort of thing that you might need a big red button that you can easily press at an emergency moment. Doing such a task. Right. Oh good, I'm back here again. I feel like I may possibly have been here before. Let's go through here because it looks like this door is sort of conspicuously open. Should we describe it as such? I think somebody has spotted me, but I'm not wholly sure whomst or where they are. So let me see if I can climb up here. Who is shooting at me? He is. There we are. It's the end of that matter. Oh my goodness! He is a bigger gentleman than I was expecting. But don't worry, I'm here with my tiny little gun, which frankly looks more like the end of a vacuum cleaner used for cleaning curtains than anything else. Doesn't really look like a gun. But never mind. Maybe they did this kind of sort of daft 20th century sci-fi in order to perhaps play on the original series a little bit, and how obviously it's a little different from what it is because it hasn't aged quite as well, shall we say. Not that many things do age well. I certainly can't say that I have aged well. Right, I'm going to snake. I'm going to snake. I'm going to snake. I'm going to shoot in the bum. Ha ha, I shot him in the bum. His friend tried to save him from a bum shooting, but it did not succeed. It's not a bad looking place for a secret evil hideout. I rather like it. I might commandeer this place for mine once I've murdered all of the occupants. Right, which everyone's just running away. Oh my goodness, I just shot a piece of furniture. I do sincerely apologise. I've bollocked up the feng shui. Oh, I literally can just destroy the set dressing if I want. That's cute. I'm sure this set wasn't in the least bit expensive. Get out of the way before those bullets catch up with me. Okay.
Weakling.
Oh, there you are. Right, I'm terribly sorry. Am I weak because I don't have eyes in the back of my head, or because I can't project my voice as well as you can? Oh my goodness gracious me. When I take this place over, I'm going to do a bit of redecorating. I think. What's the second attack on this? Does it have a it doesn't actually seem to have a second attack. Okay, that's interesting. Who's shooting me in the bum? That's my trademark. You're not allowed to do that. That's most naughty. Right, let's regenerate on these things again, and then we'll swing around from the other side and see what we've got. Big guns, spooky demon face. Oh, there was a thing right here I could have used instead. Right, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Wasted real estate here, isn't there? This doesn't must have been back in the olden times when land was affordable, right? You know, I would be careful, mate, about throwing stones in your glass house, given that I've murdered about 25 of your men, and you've yet to even scratch the surface of my jacket. Oh, stop moaning. I have a third alternative. Murder. So it's surprisingly useful for getting you out of little pickles. Oh, this is lovely, isn't it? Well, it was lovely. It was lovely before rude men started saying rude things to me. There's anyone over here? No, there's not. Excellent. Okay. Let's all take a moment, because I'm sure we'll only get a moment before the next yep, here, the moment's up. There we go. I shouldn't worry about going back for those last little bits. I'm sure it won't make that much difference in the grand scheme of things. Good afternoon, sir. Oh, blimey! I don't remember you being this competent a fighter in the television program. In the television program that was also in the television program, if you catch my drift. Right. Sorry for using you as a human shield then, but oh, behind me. He's got a big gun as well. Gladly he can't shoot through his thing. Hooray! We won the war. Brilliant. I think that's about it. Oh, blimey, I'm having fun with this. Ah, that was fun. What else do I need to do? I need to get to deck 15. That sounds interesting. Is that one? I think that's one of the lowest decks, isn't it? It's either like 15 or 16 is the lowest one. Let's see what else we've got around here. Ooh. Use transporter to deliver materials from deck 4. Yeah, let's do that. Don't really know what purpose that served, but I did the thing that somebody asked me to, so that's tremendous. Any secrets? Any secrets? No, just a man with a marvellous moustache. This a replicator? Can we replicate some more booze? I was in the holiday for several hours, and I think some of it's beginning to wear off. No more secrets, it seems. Okay, that's a shame. What about in the... Yes, in here, in the equipment room. Is there any,
Colonel Tom Odell.
What do we have here? On what planet does a poster weigh 6.7 kilograms? Explain that to me. Also, it's not really a poster. It's clearly just the cover art of the box. Ah, we can find other guns. Tremendous. Give! Right, there we are. Items, grenade launcher. Yes, why didn't you say that about like the compression rifle and all the other things I picked up? Why is the grenade launcher special? Do I need the grenade launcher or something? I don't know, but nobody else seems to have any things that can be stolen. That is a shame. Alright, what's on this computer here? Personal log of Lieutenant Liz Foster. Ah! Does this say, today I died because my subordinate was a cretin? What the hell is this? I don't know. The Hazard team is going on a stealth mission to the Forge. Their mission is to shut down the power dampening field. This is clearly set up assuming that the person who played the base game is more competent than I am, because Foster didn't survive this bit. No, he didn't survive. Romulans? Where were there Romulans? I have no memory of that happening. But I owe the hazards in my life. They rescued me from the Borg cube. Yes, somebody else did that because I didn't. What do you have to say for yourself?
Tuvok, is something the matter?
Well, just between you and me, I think that Commander Chakotay and Captain Janeway are going to kick me off the ship because I may have ever so slightly set off red alert by accidentally doing it on purpose. So there's that to be aware of. Right. How do I get deck 15? That is a mystery.
Specify deck desired.
Let's go to deck 5 and go to the sick bay and see what's going on here. And yeah, just have a quick wander around. So what have we got here? We've got some science labs, we've got the office of the EMH, yes, we've got the sick bay, and we've got a medical lab. Alrighty. Presumably a very well-educated golden retriever. Sorry, that was genuinely an appalling joke. Never mind. Let's move on from that horrendous attempt at humour and see what we can find. Oh, we never poked around people's quarters because there's so much to do, so much mischief to be made. I open the. Can I open this?
Access granted.
What am I gonna find in here? Oh, blimey! What are you doing? What are you doing in there? Wait, amusement and more. Ah, okay. Can I shut myself in there? Oh my goodness, this is a bit scary. I want to leave now. Interesting. So is this just like a list of like little secret things I've found so that I can keep track of what I've got and what I haven't? Disease library. Oh, marvelous. What precisely can I get? What precisely can I get infected with? Xenopolycythemia. Disease of the red blood cells that causes weakness, fatigue, and an enlarged spleen and pain in the extremities. My goodness, I don't need pain in my enlarged extremities. Federation scientists cured the disease in 2267, and the vaccine is recommended for all humans during adolescence. That sounds sensible. What's vegan choromeningitis? Is this some sort of psychotic disease where you tear your ears off after listening to a vegan tell you that they're vegan 12 times a day? Viral infection that affects the human brain. Symptoms include fever, muscles, and joint pain and delirium. The disease can cause death in humans if not diagnosed and treated within 24 hours of offset. Oh, all right. Sounds vaguely sensible. What's Ropnagor? Klingon childhood disease, similar to the Earth disease rubella. Oh, that doesn't sound like fun. What about temporal necrosis? Is that not just rotting with time because you've died and been shoved in a ditch? Psychological trauma produced by extensive exposure to temporal disturbances. Temporal necrosis causes delirium in patients as well as symptoms of numbness, vertigo, and paranoia. Tranquilizers will help to minimize the effects of the afflicted, but the patient must distance himself from the disturbances. Right, okay. So a bit of a plot device there. All right, fair enough. What things can I steal? Federation pad. Ah, is this the thing that I murdered 26 Klingons for? Quite possibly, yes. What does it say? Medical log. Oh, what can I read about myself? Bruises suffered during simulation. Bruises, cuts, lots of bruises, lots and lots of cuts. Presumably this is from me being whacked in the face a lot. What else happens? I'm guessing that Les Foster has been treated for unborgification. Though very grumpy, Foster is recovering nicely. I like that. I like that phrase. Ugh. Anything else amusing here? Treated for bruises, cut to the arm, nothing very exciting. Yes, cuts and bruises, nothing at all. Treated for bruised ego, presumably. Hyperventilation, and hyperventilation. Marvelous. Muscle soreness, cuts, bruises, blah 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 blah. Muscle soreness, bruises, cuts. Okay, all relatively fairly standard stuff. We'll need to stop being a bunch of pushovers and grow some character along. Right, what can be don't mind me poking through your personal things. Today I encouraged Miss Durot to try and join the hazard team. She was reluctant at first, but then warmed to the idea. I hope that she is successful, because it sounds like this new hazard team is going to need a good medical care when they are out in the field. Perhaps I may be able to talk my way into the hazard team, then again, maybe not. I don't think Foster cares for me too much. Of course, I'm not sure Foster cares much for anyone. That's probably why he was chosen to lead the team. What can you say most recently? Hazard team will be sneaking over to the forge soon. I attempted to give crewman Durot some last-minute tips on medical techniques in the field. She seemed slightly put off by my advice. Yes, well, you are a bit of a mother hen, aren't you?
Doctor. Doctor.
Ah, Mr. Monroe.
Don't point that thing in my face.
Your injuries seem to be rather superficial. Dermal regeneration will not be necessary, though you have some mild skin irritation. Perhaps you would like an analgesic cream?
I am a bit of an irritant, so, alright, come on. Drug me up, Doc. Brilliant! I am ready to face the world and fight another day. Can I perform any evil experiments on my boss here? Hello, sir. You asleep? He seems to be asleep, yes. Alright, nothing very exciting here then. Where are those, oh, I found another one of these. Who's this one? This is old Mr. Grumpy, Mr. Grumpy Pants, isn't it, who keeps playing silly tricks on people. Right, cue joke, right, thank you, I'm glad we got that over with. Now, where are these medical labs I was promised? I was promised some, it says science labs, but it doesn't actually seem that I can go into them, which is a tiny bit of a shame. Teensy tiny little bit of a shame. Nope, that's really go into science labs. Okay, not very much of excitement there. Let's see where we haven't been. It's the only place we haven't been is the engineering deck. So maybe there'll be like a series of Jeffries tubes that we can go down. What does this say? Engineering, warp core, turbo lift, and yes, there is a Jeffries tube somewhere. Interesting. Through here, perhaps? Through here? No, not through here. That's a shame. Let's keep wandering about and see what else we find. Yes, this is the place. I remember this before. This was the place where I got my computer interfaces muddled and nearly blew up the entire ship. As opposed to today, when I'm not going to have my computer interfaces muddled, but I am going to attempt to blow up the ship.
Access denied.
Oh, blimey. Do I need some codes for that? And I need to get those from here.
Displaying power relay access code.
I wonder what this does.
Access granted. Power relays have been cut.
I'm terribly sorry. Have I caused you much inconvenience? Okay. That did a thing, maybe, possibly, perhaps, possibly not. That doesn't seem to go anywhere. Right. I get the impression I might possibly be about to set off a warp core explosion. I was trying to stand on that. Never mind. Yeah, let's come up here. And, oh, another one of these. Yes, indeed. There's the grumpy lady that wished me to speak to her later. Maybe we'll find out what that's about. What does this do?
Warp core shut down.
Stop that!
Well, I mean, we weren't going no place anyway. Oh, I've meant it already. Goodness. They're efficient little minions, aren't they? Tremendous! Who are you, sir? And what do you have to say for yourself? Are you also grumpy? Everyone else around here seems to be. Goodness, he's very emotive for a Vulcan, isn't he?
Crewman. Alex.
Oh my goodness. The fact that that is the best likeness of any of the actors in this entire game says something about Vulcan necklines, doesn't it? Not necklines, I meant cheekbones. I don't know what I bloody meant. I'm pressing the buttons. No, seemingly not. Alright, never mind. It did say something on this map about emergency. Oh no, that's emergency something, which I think is this way actually. So How does one get to deck 15? I do not know the answer to this question. But I tell you what I am going to do. Because I am just that much of a team player, I'm going to, no, I'm not actually.
Deck 3.
I'm going to do that in a minute. I'm going to go pilfering people's personal private possessions. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I think there's some more on deck 2 as well. Right, we may as well start here with Ensign Tom Paris.
Ensign Tom Paris.
Yes. Does your house announce your name when you walk in? Mine doesn't do that. Ooh. Proton pistol. How very exciting, except I can't actually see the number for it. Hang on, what is that? It's not... Oh, I see, so they're both 1, except they just sort of switch between... Oh, interesting, I suppose we ran out of numbers, didn't we? Right, Oh! I'm sorry. I mistook a hyphen for a full stop there. And I read the line, Belana told me that Tuvok is starting up a new high. And I thought, these Falcons are being very liberal and progressive, aren't they? Oh my goodness. No, that was something very different. Oh my goodness. I can't shoot that. Oh, that's a shame. Well, I could shoot it, but it doesn't do any good. I'm hiding in the bathroom. Seemingly not. No. Was that another secret item?
The quarters of Ensign Tom.
Oh, shush. I know where I am or where I'm going and what I'm doing.
The quarters of Lieutenant Commander Tuvok.
I mean, there's Spartan, and then there's just completely ruddy uninspired. It has come to my attention in the course of our journey home, Voyager has run into many situations where manpower and material were lost because the crew was poorly trained for dangerous situations. Yes. Something to do with red shirts. Anyway, everybody seems to have an ensuite bathroom that I'm not allowed to go poking around in, which seems slightly criminal.
Captain Catherine Janeway.
Now this has had a little bit of interior design done. Have some more booze.
Bergamot tea.
That's not going to get me drunk. I'll drink it, but it's not going to get me drunk.
Coffee, black.
I'm trying to get drunk here, not stay awake all night.
Talaxian rump roast.
I do not need to chow down on no Talaxian rumps, thank you very much. Where move swiftly on from what under the sun is that? Is that a painting or is that a load of framed vomit? I genuinely have no idea, but never mind. This is nice, isn't it? On personal emails. It seems extremely illegal, but never mind. During a staff meeting today, Lieutenant Commander Tuvok brought up an interesting idea. He suggested we start up a security force that be trained to deal with the situations beyond the normal that our people are expected to handle. I must admit the idea has a great deal of merit. We've lost too many crew members to the circumstances, which makes us think we probably should have done this sooner. Also, I remember him having to contact crewman Dreschler. I haven't heard from him in quite some while. I'm sure he'd let me know if he was still having trouble down on deck 15. Oh, there's another reference to that deck I don't know how to get to. But never mind. Any oh my goodness, a big sword! Probably used for summary executions of mischievous crew members.
The quarters of Captain Catherine Janeway.
I don't think anyone saw me. You saw nothing. Let's see who else we've got.
The quarters of Commander Chakotay.
Yes indeed. Why does everyone have these weird sort of half bed, half sofa things? There's those seem a little out of place. Never mind. Let's read some more emails. Has the team beamed over to a nearby ship to download information from the surrounding area? Yes, downloading information. That idea, which was a madman's concept, hence the need for releasing this sort of thing on additional discs. We'll leave it there and we'll pretend that Lieutenant Worf broke in and that it definitely wasn't me. Alright, is that everyone? Ooh. Oh, this place had a name the whole time and I didn't realise. Right, okay. Have we... Oh no, we've not been
The
everywhere.
quarters
Because
of
there's this
Lieutenant
from, isn't
Milana
there?
Torres.
Yes, indeed. Have more booze.
Alfarian hair pasta.
Not on your Nelly. Right, moving on from all that. Let's read some more personals. Let's read second personals. I must have been crazy to accept the position of chief engineer. When everything goes to hell, I'm the one who has to pull things together. Voyager has been attacked and transported to who knows where. During transportation, almost every major system on the ship experienced a harmonic feedback that damaged quite a few components and quite a few brain cells trying to understand what the hell it is you're blathering on about. Right now, I'm not even sure what works and what doesn't. I'd never make it if it weren't for Harry Kim. He keeps things organised and makes sure people are doing what I need to have done. Yes, we all need an efficient little minion in our life, don't we? Alright, tremendous.
The quarters of Lieutenant Milana
Yes,
Torres.
I know that. Alright, well, there wasn't quite as much salacious information in there as I hoped. So, with that misery in mind... With that misery in mind, I'm going to do two things. First, I'm going to wander around the, One, I'm going to wander around and see if I can find access to the other quarters. Not this one, because this
The quarters
one's
of Ensign
mine.
Alexander Monroe.
Oh, now I can actually see them. Including, what I'd look like if I underwent a sex change. Tremendous! Yes, I can actually see, well, not all of them, but nearly all of them. Most of them, anyway. Not the grenade launcher or anything else. I don't want a little figurine of Beesman in a
The quarters of Neelix.
in a morgue. That's why is this the only bathroom I can come in? I don't know. That's a very strange way of holding that weapon, sir. But never mind. Don't criticize a man on how he holds his weapon. What the sun is this thing? 7 of 9 collector's plate? I'm sorry. Please tell me that wasn't a genuine piece of merchandise that Paramount put out.
The quarters of Ensign Alexander Monroe.
I think it might have been, you know. It's worrying that that exists. It's more worrying that we found it in that man's quarters.
The quarters of Ensign Harry Kim.
Other than that, everything seems to be going absolutely peachy. That's interesting. So you can break into the bathrooms on this floor, but not on any of the other floors.
Ensign Harry Kim.
That's... I know, madam, I was just there, you grumpy old goose. Is there any other rooms that have openable doors? Possibly not. Are you no longer grumpy with me? Hey.
We'll have to get together later, Alex. Sorry.
I'll take that as a yes. Can I go through this door? I seem to remember this. What are you trying to serve us? Get out of the way.
Excuse me.
Voyager social events. Ooh! I'm already frightened. Oh my goodness. Let's not even read. I don't even want to know. I'm sure everything's lovely. I have enough problems. Would you get out from behind my shoulder? I have enough problems with work socials at the best of times. I need alcohol, not caffeine, to get through this. I have no trouble with genuine work socials. I genuinely don't need any, I don't need any fictional ones to make life more complicated. Alright! I think that,
Deck 1.
we've done more than enough, dicking around. I want to find out if I can, blow up the ship. Right. If you don't mind me, sir, I'm just going to sit here in the captain's chair and blow the ship up.
What the?
Auto-destruct sequence initiated. 10,
That's enough.
9, 8. Security access 7. Required. 6,
You're committing treason.
5,
I know that.
4,
That's it.
3.
Oh, blimey! He's going to shoot me in the face. Oh, God! Oddly, the ship seems to be, in perfect condition. Mission duration, 8 minutes. I think the audience would disagree with you. might have ever so slightly, possibly screwed up everything. Okay, well, it seems to save regularly anyway, I guess. Never mind. Was there anything else I needed security codes for? I don't think so. I don't remember anything else that I needed to do. Right, okay. Okie dokie. I think that is about as much as I can show you. Obviously there's some way to get down to deck 15. I don't know how to do that off the top of my head, but never mind. I am curious about something. I want to I know there'd be a lot of people. Let's go back to Charhills. I feel like there were a fair few people there. I want to see if my vague memory of there being a actually, isn't there like a bit further down this corridor you can go? There being like a cutscene where you sort of get arrested and taken to the brig if you just start shooting random crew members. So I want to see if is this where that car go, I suppose? Ah, maybe that's why you need to be in the cargo in, so that you can then jump up and access that. Maybe that's what all that's about. Interesting.
The quarters of crewman Juliet Gerard.
Ah, interesting. Okay. You don't have any weird, slightly creepy commemorative plaques of people that you work with, do you?
The quarters of crewman Juliet Gerard.
I'm not like...
The quarters of crewman Austin Chang.
I'm not like missing out on, Oh, it seems not everybody gets an ensuite. It seems you have to be a member of the senior staff to have that. Blimey. Can I have some more booze, please?
Chateau Latour.
I have no idea if that's booze, but it sounds sophisticated enough to be. Because apparently being an alcoholic is in fashion, but only if you're wealthy. I have no idea what I was talking about. Nothing important, I'm sure. Can I see this a bit better? Not really, no, because it's so fuzzy.
The quarters of crewman Chell.
Hello. Oh, you brought some of... You brought some of those with you.
Firefly things just fixed that console.
They have a funny habit of doing that, don't they? All right, no, I'm just slightly. I know we've seen enough. Oh blimey! Seems to take a perverse pleasure in seeing how much damage the ship has taken, probably mostly because of me. No, I'm slightly curious to see if I can find the. I like this image. This is a very cool image. She hasn't finished her tea. Or her Coca-Cola, seemingly. No, I want to see possibly if I can find the last find the last action figure, but I somehow doubt that I'm going to succeed in the doing of that, because that's probably down on deck 15, isn't it? I seem to remember there was like a lounge, wasn't there? Was there not a lounge? Yes, there was a lounge. People are playing cards. Right. He's got a good hand, and she's got the same hand, and he's got the same hand, and you lot are really bad at this game. Seems to be the rough conclusion that I have come to. No, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything extra or secret. The brig. I found it! How tremendous! How do I turn this off? Huzzah! You haven't just put this in here to lure me in here so that you can steal it. Oh, so you can lock me in, have you? That's not what you've done, is it? Alright. That seemed to go very well. I just want to sort of go back to my quarters now and sort of see the great big mess I've made in my quarters by filling it full of knickknacks and bric-a-brac. I still have no idea how to get to deck 15, but we shan't worry about it. Hooray! Look at my room, it's full of children's toys. It's just a bit creepy. Can I have some more? No. Alright. Alrighty, let's go to the mess hall, shoot somebody, and see if we get arrested. I am going to pick you, because your hair, the colour of your hair clashes with the colour of your jacket. I'm trying to get thrown in prison. There we are. Take me to prison. Or just murder me, one or the other. I was right! I remembered correctly. It also means I did this as a child, which is slightly embarrassing.
Our Woodwind Choir concert is off. Well, I'll have to get crewman Ferriola to take your place. She's not as experienced, but at least she hasn't committed treason.
I'm a sad man. I like this DLC. It's daft. Starfleet will not tolerate such insubordination. I agree. Insulting a man about his fashion is absolutely criminal. Well, I've no idea how to get to day 15, but maybe somebody else in the universe does. Probably. This was back in the days when I played this back in the day when there was a nice period of people actually writing written walkthroughs about games, versus nowadays everyone just does videos on them, which I know I'm one to talk, but it's not as if these videos are here to help anybody get through these sorts of things. But I do find written guides a lot easier to digest than a video, because you're not just flicking through the bloody thing trying to figure out where the bit you want is, versus I feel it's a lot easier to flick through when it's in a written format. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I've been thrown in prison and blown up the ship and invaded everybody's privacy and shot a lot of people on the holodeck. But other than that, I didn't really achieve anything with my evening. So I like this. This is cute. This is daft. This is weird and little, but I don't know. It's fun. It's fun. It's amusing, and I always like it when a good game, which is enjoyable, is played by a man who has severe hiccups and is struggling very, very hard to suppress them and failing miserably. I play some chess. No, I'm going to kick the board over then in utter tension because nobody will play with me. Probably because I'm holding a great big cannon. But other than that, it doesn't really paint me as being a good sportsman, does it? Never mind. This is fun, and I like it when a nice fun game has little sort of daft add-ons and accessories and stuff. It makes it all the more worthwhile, doesn't it? Anyway, that was that was the majority of the expansion pack. There is some other stuff actually, which I haven't shown you, but I might show you maybe another day, because I do appreciate we've been going nearly 2 hours. I probably should have broken this into two. Two parts. But there's two other bits that I've noticed, which I'm not sure if I've actually tried before as a kid. So let me start at this menu again. And then, there we are. So there's Hollow Match, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that to work. I've tried launching it, and it does seem to launch, but I don't actually know if it's going to work or not, because obviously there's no internet for it to work through in terms of multiplayer, or whatever system you use. I suppose it probably would have been LAN back in those days, wouldn't it? But there's also a couple of little demos for... There we are. For two things I've not heard of, for Star Trek Armada and Star Trek Away Team, which presumably were two other Star Trek games around at the time, which I've not heard of. I'm not frightfully familiar with a large number of the Star Trek games. The next one which comes to mind is Star Trek Legacy, which was quite good, but I think significantly later than this. But no, we might have a look at those as well at some point. I don't know. I don't remember many of the other Star Trek games of this era, or many other Star Trek games in general, being regarded particularly highly, but it might be interesting to screw around and see how they tried to sell you things a million years ago with this sort of stuff. So I don't know, maybe we'll do a second video and we'll have a little look at the Hollow Matches, because on the back of the box I was promised new characters, including Janeway's Borg, which sounds sort of interesting. So I don't know if well, they're saying that actually. I don't know if that's part of the matches. It is underneath the multiplayer match bullet point. So maybe there's some stuff in there that's worth having a look at, or maybe none of it will work. I don't know. And maybe we'll have a look at the demos as well another day. But anyway, I think that's more than enough. It is terribly hot in here, which begs the question why I've been sitting here nattering on for 2 hours. But never mind. Thank you for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed a little look at this, or a rather large look, I suppose I should say, at this daft little expansion pack. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.